pretty much our framework is complete.
Yeah, that's it, dude. Dang, son.
Who wants it, man?
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are here at the Goon Squad garage, and we are finally back on our brand new build, the Lamborghini Aventador SV. As you guys seen for the past couple videos, of course, we tore the sucker completely apart and we got a parts list together and we basically ordered every bit and piece for the sucker. And of course, we got it cleaned up from the exterior to the interior. And the main reason for the exterior was for it to be worked on a lot easier. But as for the interior, we wanted to go ahead and ship off some of those damaged pieces like the seat skins that were ripped from the airbag and also the seat belts. So we shipped that off and it should be back in time for us to put this interior together. You know what I mean?
That's the main reason. So as soon as that stuff comes in, we should be ready to piece it all together and just knock out that interior.
Dude, we are moving right along with this build, and I'm just getting more and more excited because you know what? We're gonna be ripping this sucker around before you know it. But the first thing that we're gonna start with today is actually tearing apart a little bit more of this front end, like this fender right here, and a few other little pieces because we wanna make sure we didn't miss any possible hidden damages, you know?
We might have to order a few brackets here and there, so that's exactly what we're gonna start with.
Yes, sir, and then after that, there's a super important thing that we gotta do today, which is the framework. And right here, as you guys can tell, there's like a 90-degree angle right here, which is part of the rear subframe, and it's actually bent over right there. So we gotta try to see if we can maybe straighten that sucker out, because that piece right there, you can't buy it individually, I think, because it is part of this whole entire rear subframe. So I don't know if anybody is willing to just sell that little corner piece right there,
hey,
you know?
That's what I'm saying. So we're gonna have to just probably mess with it a little bit. It's aluminum, so it may be difficult, but who knows? Could be an easy fix.
That's very true. So aluminum can be easy to pull, but also difficult to work with. So we're just gonna have to just tweak it and just see what we can do. And also today, we're gonna start cracking open a bunch of parts and start replacing some stuff, like this X-member bar, which is gonna help with the framework, and also like this shock tower right here, it's cracked. So we're gonna replace that stuff and get it super close to getting some new body panels on this sucker right here, dude.
I'm telling you, once the body panels go on, dude, this car's gonna be practically done.
We're moving pretty quick, and I'm super happy because I'm ready to rip this V12 around town. So right now, we're not gonna waste any more time. We're gonna bring in some tools, tear apart some of that front end, and then we're gonna move onto this rear end and hopefully get some framework fixed.
Alright guys, so we had to pause for a quick second because we had to show you guys something pretty crazy on a Aventador, a fake vent, man.
Dude,
look at that.
I cannot believe it, man. What is that right there, dude?
Man, I'm telling you, they should have never called it a Aventador, man. A no-ventador.
Dude, they shouldn't have called it a SV. They should have called it a FV, a fake vent.
Fake vent, man. That's crazy, dude. And I know this piece is expensive because it's all carbon fiber. It goes on the hood right here. Looks like it would almost be like an extension of a brake duct, you know, like pulling the air out, but it doesn't do anything.
Dude, it might as well be an emergency brake or something, dude.
At least it looks cool, you know?
It definitely looks super cool, and it might be like for downforce or something, or no. It's flat. There's no way,
It's
dude.
just for looks.
You couldn't sell me that, dude. If you said that was for downforce, I wouldn't believe it, dude.
And something else is crazy is this thing is on washer shims. So you see all these washers. There was more. They just fell off. But there was like a stack of 4 washers in order to get this thing straight. That's another wild thing on a Aventador.
That is pretty crazy.
I don't think the Huracan even had that,
No,
dude.
sir. So that's pretty cool right there. We're noticing some pretty interesting stuff. A $500,000, $600,000 vehicle, brand new, has like those washers and shims. That's pretty wild right there. But anyways, the main reason we took off that fender was to look at if there's any damages. And it looks cool in here, man.
It looks super cool and it looks super clean. And there's really no more damages. I mean, this bracket right here is good. I mean, it does wobble a little bit, but it is aluminum. Everything looks good. I mean, nothing wrong with it other than the headlight and the fender. And maybe it looks like
some sort of little bracket right there. That looks like something super simple, maybe for the headlight.
Yeah, maybe for the headlight and stuff like that. When we throw on the new headlight, we'll see. But that's pretty much it. Up here, it looks super solid. Mainly, we're just trying to see what's behind here, and all we need is a new fender, man.
Yes, sir. Which we already have a new fender, an epic fender in one of the boxes over there.
Way cooler than that, for sure.
Super cool. But let's go ahead and I guess take apart. Anything else we need to take apart? Or is that it right there?
That's pretty much it. We do notice that this crash bar is broke on the weld right here, but we can easily weld that up. No problem.
we'll weld that up, and that'll be it for the front end, and just replace a bunch of stuff. But as of right now,
let's jump on the rear end. Who wants it, man?
I want it, man.
Dude,
that could be a piece of art.
I'm telling you, hang it on your wall, put little lights in there, a little fog machine. It'll look sick.
That would actually be super sweet. But look at this exhaust right here. Full titanium rift exhaust. Look at all the welds. Look how intricate it is. It's absolutely insane.
It's a piece of art, definitely. We may even throw it in one of your guys' orders. Just throw it in there, man.
Who knows right there, because we are not using that right there. I know you can fix it. We've seen your guys' comments where, you know, somebody can do some aluminum repair or titanium repair.
Have a titanium welder. We got all the brackets. You can literally weld this up and throw it on your Aventador 10 or 1 of 88, man. That's crazy.
That's pretty dang insane right there. And the reason why we're not going with that, we're going to go with the Rift. Just not with that. We're gonna go with something way more epic.
Way more epic, way more flames. That's all I gotta say. Yes, sir. You got that.
But we
right.
also got some other SV art right there. We might throw into some orders a little bit later.
Yeah, we may do something for you guys. But for right now, look at this right here. I mean, we just made a mess because we just took off a bunch of coolers, radiators, got fluid everywhere, got the exhaust off, of course, and just cleared all this up. And look at that. This is the bar that's bent down in, and it doesn't look that bad, you know?
Yes, sir. And we actually found this piece right here. But you know what? The seller, he's selling the whole rear section, and he's saying, like, I don't want to cut it off, but I will for $3,000, dude.
I mean, I get it, because you know what? If you do cut that off, you can't really sell it for as much. But
exactly,
you can also fabricate this piece. So if you can find this exact aluminum like tubing right here, all it is just cut perfectly straight with a couple of rib nuts. You can make this thing look OEM, man.
Yes, sir. We're gonna probably try to save it. First off, we'll probably put some hydraulics to it, get it nice and pretty, get it looking original. If we can't, then we'll start fabricating something super easy to do.
Yeah, you can even like cut it off right here and just redo it. But all it is just aluminum welding, a couple straightening things, you know, a couple tools here and there, and a black paint. And I'm telling you, you can make it look good.
Exactly. And the thing about this piece right here, it's not structural, right?
No, it's not structural. This is the crash bar right here and right here. This right here just holds the rear bumper on top and also the exhaust. So very minimal, and a little bit of things screw onto it. So it's not that important. And it also holds, who knows what this is? We still haven't found out what that is.
I'm pretty sure this right here is a coolant pump. It definitely pumps throughout the whole entire V12 engine.
I don't think there's no coolant. It's just a fan. It's just
air.
This could be a big vacuum like pump right here. This could be a vacuum cleaner for SVJ, right? Or SV.
Interesting right there. We'll definitely figure out what that is a little bit later. But right now, guys, it is time to start attacking this sucker right here. See if we can get it straightened up, dude.
Yeah, I say we go ahead and bring in all of our tools, bring a hydraulic jack, and see if we can save this piece.
My goodness, would you look at that right there?
Practically back to OEM right there.
That is awesome right there. I think we're gonna probably save this piece because after hitting it with some hydraulics, some hammers, some heat, and some new parts, it's getting there, man.
We got it practically exactly where it needs to go. We even threw on these brand new brackets right here. So this frame bracket is for the exhaust, and this one's to hold that rear bumper, and all the holes lined up perfectly. We even had to push it that way, so we set up a little frame pull with this hydraulic press right here because it did kind of crack right here from the accident. So it kind of got pushed down and to the side. So we pushed it over a little bit there, heated it up, hammered it, did a little bit of like stretching here and there, and it went back.
Yes,
everything to OEM,
we
man.
hit it with the Uno reverse card, and basically just like the accident happened, it went this way, and this car was on its top, so it went down as well. And look at that, dude. It's pretty much there. We could even straighten that out a little bit more with maybe like a pin puller.
It's a little bit more work, dude. You can get it perfect. All it needs is a little bit welding, and also we need to weld up this little area because it cracked right there, and we'll probably weld up 2 little spots right there, and this thing will be ready for a little bit of black paint, and you're good to go.
I'm telling you, man, I'm super happy that we actually saved that right there because that is going to save us a lot of time and a lot of money right there.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the next thing that we need to focus on is definitely this X cross member bar right here because that's going to really tell us how off our frame rails are.
Yeah, 100%. We got a brand new one, but we actually purchased a aluminum one for now because we are possibly looking to get this one fixed or just going to look for a new one sometime in the future because these things are like $6,000.
They're pricey, dude, but the carbon fiber, that's pretty dang sick right there. You got to have it since this is a pretty rare car. SV.
Yeah, if it comes with it, we're definitely going to get a new one. But for now, the aluminum one will work. It'll help us line up all the holes and stuff like that. And also, we're probably going to end up replacing this bar as well. That way we can see if these holes line up because we want to know if these main frame rails actually moved over because this is not a crash bar right here. This is a crash bar, and also this one right here as well. That's where it kind of lands on top. So we want to make sure everything is flawless with that, and that's probably what we're going to move on to, right?
Yep, we're going to go ahead and replace some more parts, and that's basically going to tell us if this frame rail right here went forwards, backwards, or side to side. Really important right there. So what do you say? Let's crack him open, dude?
Yeah, let's crack him open and test him out.
Check this out, guys. So we cracked open a couple more parts and we got some stuff installed and we are looking absolutely amazing over here, especially this bar right here. This is a frame bar that mounts to the carbon fiber tub and also the top of this aluminum frame rail right here. And that sucker bolted clean up. It's nice and tight right now. And believe it or not, we actually had to basically flex the top of this aluminum frame rail back a little bit just to get it lined up. But you know what? It got into place and it's tightened up. We really don't have to do much more pulling now, do we?
That's super crazy how easy that bar just like moved left and right. But you know what? It is aluminum. Yeah. I just put the pin in there and lined it right up and it bolted right in,
dude,
man.
That's insane. But as for this other bar right here, this is just a cross member bar right here. It's actually not going to be able to get fully installed just yet because of this piece right here. This strut tower is actually like cracked and it's kind of not wanting to allow this to fall into place, but it does line up in the four corners, which that's a really good sign. That means our actual frame rails are not over that way or they're not pushed like too crazy. So that's amazing right there.
Yeah, as long as everything lines up. This is just sticking up way too high, so those holes don't line up, but that's probably gonna be the next thing that we replace, right?
Exactly. We're gonna go ahead and replace that right there. That way this sucker sits a lot better, and then once we install our suspension over there, this sucker can get driven around, maybe onto the frame machine. That way we could do like our final tweaking if we have to, but man, that's gonna be amazing just to have it sitting right and maybe just cruising around, you know what I mean?
I'm telling you, once the suspension and that's done, this thing will be drivable.
Yes, sir. But another thing that I wanted to point out is the difference between this carbon fiber and this aluminum crossmember bar right here. You literally cannot feel a difference between the two, man.
I did it, man. I held them together. I tried to like feel the difference, but they are pretty much identical.
Yeah.
They're probably just down to the ounce or something.
Yeah, a couple ounces apart, but you know what? This one definitely is the cooler looking one right there. So 2,000 versus 6,000. I think we might just have to carbon fiber wrap this one.
Oh, no, we don't do that. We're definitely going to either fix that one or try to find a better deal on another one.
Yeah, 100%. We're definitely going to throw a carbon fiber one back on there just to complete that SV right there. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead, crack open that part right there, install it, and get this sucker maybe driving around.
So we got some amazing news. The shock tower is in, the brand new one, along with the shocks and everything lined up perfectly on that. And we went ahead and threw in this X brace on top, and all the holes just went flawlessly. All the bolts screwed down, it's tightened up, it looks good, it's all sturdy, and I mean, this is pretty much our framework is complete.
Yeah, that's it, dude. Pretty much all of our framework is complete, other than like welding this up right here and get it looking a lot better. But for the most part, dude, the main stuff like the frame rails, everything is intact, which that is just amazing, dude.
Amazing, and I'm glad that everything bolted down properly. We didn't have to do any significant pulls or anything like that. We basically just did the framework right here, and it was all minor pulls. I thought it was gonna be a lot crazier with the car being all like destroyed, but look at this, man. All the new bars are on. It's looking super good. Although we have one more bar that we have to just weld on right here, which is not a big deal. We'll just try to find one or make one of those and just weld it on. But other than that, dude, it's looking great.
It's looking amazing. As for that that bar right there, we talked to multiple people and they say what you could do is just get something that's really close to that and just weld it on. Just something aluminum. And that's just like something that holds those two pieces together right there.
Yeah, and also I think like the splash shield bolts onto it, something like that. Super easy to just fabricate something like that. Main thing is this actual crash bar that bolts down perfectly. But anyways, the suspension over here is all together. We put this new little bracket on right here. That's why the whole entire suspension was collapsed. So that's on there brand new. This piece, I believe it's a lower like tie bar. That's brand new. This piece is brand new, but we did kind of run into one little like technical difficulty with the actual, what do you call those things? Ball joints.
There's some weird stuff going on with these ball joints. So we ended up ordering a brand new lower control arm over there, but we didn't have the ball joint for it. And so we ended up ordering a right control arm with the ball joint, and we thought we were going to take the right control arm ball joint and throw it into here.
Yeah.
And it's something weird. It's not working, dude.
Yeah, so we thought we were just going to grab a ball joint. We ordered the exact part number. Everything is spot on with part numbers. Both part numbers are the same. This ball joint fits perfectly in this one, but this hole is way too small, so it's kind of weird.
We even tried to throw it in the freezer and heat up that and try to do an old science experiment.
Expand it, shrink it, slap it in there. Nothing worked. It was just way too small. It kind of sucks. The ball joint that's on there right now is like a cone-shaped one like this, and it just doesn't fit in there. It's way too small. The one that we need is this big. It's really massive. It even has this little piece that slides in there as well, and I believe that I think the SV has a beefier ball joint.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%. That's what I'm thinking too, because I mean, for the SV, you get a little bit more horsepower, I guess, and you need a little bit more performance.
Those are probably regular Aventador ball joints. We're probably gonna have to look for SV or SVJ ball joints now, but they're kind of hard to find. That's why we had to like order different like control arms and stuff like that.
Exactly. But you know what? As long as we can roll this sucker around, we're definitely gonna find that control arm and get it 100%. But other than that, everything else is looking good. We can now test fit quarter panels or rear bumper, which we got some crazy stuff for this car, guys. I cannot wait to reveal it.
Dude, it's gonna be epic. Once we start opening up all of our parts, we're gonna stack everything up and we're gonna just start slapping together, and this thing is gonna look like a Aventador.
But guys, that's pretty much gonna be a wrap for today's video. We're super happy with the amount of progress that we got done on our Lamborghini Aventador SV. We cracked open a bunch of parts, but you know what? We're gonna crack open a bunch more. As you guys can tell, there's quite the mess going on. So what we're gonna do is save all this stuff for the next video. We're actually thinking about cracking open the quarter panels today and maybe slapping them on. But you know what? We gotta do a lot of cleanup. We wanna have a nice, clean working environment and making sure that we don't skip any steps, because this Lamborghini Aventador SV is gonna be the most sickest SV you guys have ever seen, and also the cheapest. So definitely drop all your comments and thoughts down below. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.